If you're like any other normal person, you probably try to better yourself in some way, shape, or form. Things like improving your hygiene, getting fit, and dressing better can all be categorized as part of looksmaxing. And the looksmaxing community has become very popular over the recent years. There's been trends of mouth tape, mewing, and even though there is some weird stuff going on there, the overall idea of maximizing yourself to your full physical potential is something that I can't hate on. But this wave has birthed a new subsection called the Blackpill community. And to sum up everything about this community, you pretty much take all of looksmaxing, throw it in a porta potty, shake it all up, and now you have the Blackpill community. And from what I've seen, their entire ideology is that looks are everything. They determine your success, status, relationship, and everything else in life. And to a certain extent, I agree that looks play a big role in how you're viewed and treated, but it's obviously not the only thing that matters. Yet people in the Blackpill community follow this idea so strongly, where if you're a below average looking person, you get called a subhuman. Many of the people in this community like to shit on other people who they deem as unattractive while editing a handsome guy on top of them. I'll show you an example here.
Somebody commented that I look like a pigeon if it was a human.
You could be making a normal video, minding your own business, and someone's gonna stitch it to one of these edits. It's like a crime for looking like a regular person. If your gonio angle isn't at 120 degrees, you might as well give up on your life. It's over. What's funny is how the people that are making these Blackpill edits never actually show their face. For all we know, they could be a gremlin behind the screen. Their entire TikTok page is them editing other men who they find attractive. That's pretty suspicious to me. The community also has some interesting conversations going on. I've seen people have full-on debates on which man is more handsome. And yes, it's as zesty as it sounds. In this debate, they're comparing Cha In-woo, a South Korean singer and actor, with Chico Lewicki, who's a Brazilian supermodel. They're both handsome in their own respect, but one look at the comments section and you'll see where their head's at.
Cha In-woo aged like fine wine.
Yeah, guess why? Collagen and makeup. Chico has testosterone, hence why he has a beard while Cha In-woo has estrogen, making him age slower.
Basic knowledge.
Cha In-woo gets more women and money.
Woman? You mean 13 to 16-year-old who simp on him and buy all his tickets? I wonder why he's rich.
And it just keeps going. Jobs, man. Jobs. There's a comment that sums up everything going on in those debates. Grown men rating other grown men's looks, by the way. I just found that funny. So yeah, this community is very focused on looks, while they're also very critical on other people's appearances. But to better understand the Blackpill, I'll educate you with their tiers of hierarchy when it comes to attraction. These are the rankings they give people based on their physical look. First off, we have subhuman. These are the ones at the bottom of the food chain. You're not even considered a human. Sub 5. You're considered a human now, but you're still chopped and ugly. Low tier normie, or LTN for short. This is a status for a regular looking person that may have a flaw here or there. Mid tier normie, a regular Joe. High tier normie, a pretty attractive person you turn your head for on the street. Chad lights and chads. These are the people who are professional models like Chico, Soulja Boy, Vinny Hacker. And finally, we have a true Adam, who's pretty much a handsome Squidward. This is the epitome of beauty right here. From my understanding, the goal is to jump in the rankings to ascend yourself. If you're a low tier normie, you want to ascend to a mid tier normie. And if you're a mid tier normie, you want to ascend to a high tier normie, and so forth. And I gotta give credit to where credit is due. Looks do matter. Pretty privilege 100% exists. It's in our nature. These peacocks need to do their own money spread, like a feather spread, to get some attention from the females. Or these monkeys with bigger noses are seen as more attractive to mate with. Even in our own society, there's this video where this girl posted how much money she made at a Hooters during her shift. You think maybe like $50, $100, heck, $200? No, she got $606 on her shift. Damn! And I know for a fact that if I was a waiter, I would have been lucky to get even $10. So this is a realism thing. Saying that looks don't matter is pure cope, but it gets to a point where it's become obsessive.
Why are you getting a double jaw surgery?
There's nothing I can't do with my current looks package. I'm already having pretty much the life I want. It's just I know the return on investment is extremely high. It's $35,000 for a double jaw surgery with full facial implants. It's kind of like a few surgeries done at once. The surgery is called a bimax. So they're going to make an osteotomy in the upper jaw, my maxilla, and the lower jaw. It's called a BSSO, and advance both of the jaws forward. And on top of that, during the same process, they also place the implants. I'll also be getting a rhinoplasty during the same thing.
On some heterosexual shit, there is no way you can look like that and still be this insecure. We've seen plenty of examples of already attractive people feeling the need to look better, so they go through surgery to try to obtain that, but then they look like they came out of a horror movie.
Would Charlie Kirk have gotten assassinated if he were Chad? Well, probably not, and here's why. Good-looking people experience something called the halo effect, so it's quite possible that if Charlie were to be better looking, someone wouldn't have hated him enough to assassinate him.
Bro, what?
Your LTN. shit. I need double jaw surgery, and I need lengthening surgery, and I also need to hop. Yes, and I also need to hop on retatrutide. I feel like after that, nobody can fucking.
This is why I say the emphasis the Blackpill community gives on your appearance is toxic. The world is so complex to make such a surface level conclusion that looks are the only thing that matters. There's a bunch of unattractive people in a happy relationship, and half the billionaires are chopped as hell. I won't deny that looks play a big part in your confidence, how you feel about yourself, how you're treated. But if looks were everything, Jeff Bezos would have never been a successful billionaire, and Cypher PK wouldn't have gotten a divorce with his wife. 6'4" by the way. There's external factors outside physical appearance. People gotta stop this shallow ass mindset and get your money up or get your personality up. Life is not that simple to say that all your problems would be fixed if you had a negative cancel tilt. And it got me thinking, what is the true value and importance of your physical appearance? And I came to this conclusion. Hear me out on this. Let's say a 5 is the rating of an average looking person. If you're able to turn from a 5 to a 7, which is decently attractive, that's a big difference. You'll experience 90% of the pretty privilege. But once you hit that threshold of being pretty or handsome, anything past that barely makes a difference. Going from a 5 to a 7 has way more impact than going from a 7 to a 9. Because 7s and 9s are both already attractive. Not only that, going from a 5 to a 7 is realistic. You can dress in a good style, get a hairstyle that suits your face, eat healthy, go to the gym, and boom, after enough consistency, you became fairly handsome. But going from a 7 to a 9 is hard as shit. Unless you're genetically gifted, you gotta take steroids, height lengthening surgery, pretty much going the unnatural route. So not only does going from a 7 to a 9 have less return on investment, the work to get there is significantly harder. You're better off turning to a 7 and then putting the rest of that work and energy to something useful. You'll be in a better position to be decently attractive and having other things going on in your life, rather than being extremely attractive with nothing. I'd rather be a 7 with a good career and have good relationships, than be a 10 with nothing else to show other than how they look in the mirror. To sum that up in Blackpill terms, once you hit a mid-high tier normie, you're good. Unless you're trying to be a model, stop staring at all your flaws and start focusing on other things. Plus, you don't really need to follow the fine line of beauty standards. Different cultures favor different traits anyway. For example, tan in America is ideal, but in Asian countries is preferred to be pale. And little flaws are seen as unique. Like people with gummy smiles, I know is not ideal, but that characteristic looks great on some people. In my opinion, Jennie from Blackpink has a gummy smile that beats your regular, flawless, straight teeth smile. I am kind of worried though, because it seems that over the past decade, people have started to value physical appearance a lot more than normal. I could show one of my buddies a picture of who I find to be cute, but then they're called mid or chopped. And I swear my taste in who I find cute is good. So I don't know if it's from social media or people being overexposed to the amount of baddies on Instagram, but there's a looks inflation. This is what the superhero build looked like back in the early 2000s. The new superhero build looks a little like this. Anyway, I hope I don't get turned to a Blackpill edit. Let me know your guys' thoughts, like and subscribe. Thank you guys if you made it this far into the video, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.